What's up everybody? My name is T-Quay and welcome to the channel. This is my first video, so if anything is shitty, my bad. I'll work on it in the future if I make more. Today we are going to look at 5 of my hits from the most recent CWL. All will be Zap Lalos at Town Hall 13. 4 will be in this Master 2 CWL, and then the other will be from a Champs 2 CWL where my main account is. Taking a look at this, I did pretty good to be honest. It is only Master 2, but I got 6 triples and 197%. 5 of the triples were Zap Lalo, and we're going to look at 4 of them. First one, round 1, is looking up base number 8. So, when you're planning a Zap Lalo hit, the first thing you want to decide is where are you going to zap. 90% of the time, for me, that is the clan castle and a high value defense around it. This time, around the clan castle we got an expo, another expo, an air sweeper, and an inferno tower. And I wound up going with staggering my zaps, so I had 5 zaps on this expo. I tried to get this air sweeper too, but I was unsuccessful. And then 2 zaps up here to damage this expo and take out this air sweeper. And then I quaked it all. This expo was dead, this air sweeper is already dead, and then this expo was pretty heavily damaged. I'll go over why I chose to take out this expo over this expo in a bit. Next, you decide what to do with your suicide hero, or as I call it, the SUI portion of your raid. Usually, well, always, the purpose of that point of the raid is to get some high value out of your heroes, and B, get a good path for your Laloon. I'll go over what that part B means in a bit, but my goal with this, getting the Town Hall. It's a star, which all stars matter, especially in CWL, and it's the most damaging defense in my opinion, and plus it gives me taking the Town Hall out early gives me the freedom to use my Warden ability whenever I want. So to get to the Town Hall, I had to funnel my heroes through this gap by the cannon, and then pivot them after this Archer Tower to go to the Expo to where my Archer Queen could shoot the Town Hall. To do that, I use my Royal Champion to get this compartment, and then I use a couple of sneaky goblins to just funnel out some trash, and a Yeti over here to take out this cannon with my Yeti mites. Then I just led with a nice golem, sent heroes in, they went Army Camp, Cannon, Archer Queen, Barbarian King, Expo, my AQ got the Town Hall, that's all good. Now, what I meant when I said the pathing for the lava balloon hit is you want your balloons to travel in a direct pathway to the point of they don't split up. And if you look at what's left of the base, this area all gone. This bottom half of the base is gone. Clan Castle gone. Balloons only target defenses, so that's what you're looking for. I started my balloons in this area. You go Hound to distract, couple balloons in each defense, so when Hound up right here to go up to the AD, balloons here, Hound, balloons here. Warden, cleanup minions behind them. So as they moved forward, there are 5 troublesome targets left upon the base to deal with. That would be the 2 scatter shots, which deal a hell of a lot of splash damage to your balloons, the Eagle Artillery, same as the scatter shots, and the enemy Archer Queen and the Royal Champion, which do a shit ton of damage to your stuff one at a time. The reason why the Archer Queen and the Royal Champion on defense are so lethal to balloons is your balloons do not target them, as they are not defensive structures. So to deal with them, you bring headhunters usually. So as my balloons moved in, I have 3 headhunters that I'd send in, and then headhunters, they get the job done really well. They kill enemy heroes really quickly, but they have 2 flaws when using them with balloons. 1, they're squishy as all hell, so any little bit of damage will take them out. And 2, they are ground units. When mixing ground and air, the ground defenses, such as this cannon, mortars, which don't really do much, giant bombs, or any ground expos, they will ignore the balloons and they will lock onto the headhunters and likely kill them. So when using headhunters, you want to hit them with your Warden ability to make them invincible for like 10 seconds or so. That's more than enough time to clear both the Archer Queen and the Royal Champion here. So that's where I use my Warden ability, because also it gets me decent invulnerability through this high damage scatter shot and the high damage eagle. So back to the balloon pathing. I got balloons, so starting like here or so, they could move in through here, And now I want them to go down here, but the way the defenses are currently set up, they're likely to pass upwards and go around, not into smaller groups, which is not what you want. So I keep a bunch of balloons in my stone slammer ready, and I send them up here as my balloons get close. So they take out the mortar, this air defense, to where this is done. My balloons move from here. They go to the eagle. Then they go to this expo. That's why I zapped this expo down here and not this one, because I wanted to leave this expo up to where my balloons could have a more direct path to the troublesome defense, the scatter shot. And then using spells is pretty much just haste spells, really where they're needed. It's instinctual for me. I don't really have a set formula for it, but usually into tough defensive structures is a good bet. And then free spells, freeze the scatter shot if you don't have another way out of them. Let's go into the attack. Oh yeah, I had both sneaky goblins and super wall breakers activated for this attack. You may be thinking, T-Quay, you're hacking. How'd you do that? Well, if you have a super troop activated and its boost runs out, but you still have that super troop in your army camp, that troop will still be there. So in the case of here, I had super wall breakers activated for the week before. Then as my boost ran out, I just left one super wall breaker in my army camps. And then I boosted goblins, so I could bring both sneaky goblins and super wall breakers until I used this super wall breaker. Then I would only have goblins. So that's how I have both of them. But this super wall breaker is literally no impact in the attack whatsoever. It's just there. So wait for the zaps to begin. Stagger out the zaps to clear Air Sweeper, Clan Castle, and Expo. And we give it the funneling. Sneaky goblins in the storages, Yeti to get these storages in the cannon. Now we ran into a complication. A Tesla farm, a group of Teslas which would throw off pathing that I did not anticipate. So I used my Royal Champion shield early to get rid of the Teslas so that she'd go to the Inferno, and then I freeze the Inferno and bow to make sure she'd get it down. And then it's just sending my heroes. Because of this, all my stuff has gone away. All the defenses and trash buildings have gone away over here. My heroes are forced to go nowhere but straight into the town hall. Nice little bit of funneling there. It's tough to funnel sometimes when you got these open walls, but if you think hard enough and use your offensive tools properly, you can funnel them in pretty much anywhere. So yeah, my heroes get in through here, get the town hall pretty damn easily. I popped my king ability early, hoping his barbarians would tank the beams from the town hall, but they pulled a giant bomb, so that didn't happen. And now it's time to use balloons. These Teslas, they were not there when I was drawing them earlier, so you just adapt, put some balloons to cover each Tesla. Balloons here, hound, just all of that. And you gotta get your cleanup down early with a Lalo, because especially with a slower Lalo like this one, time fails are a very, very real possibility. So you gotta be worried about that. Freeze the scatter shot so the splash damage doesn't hit the loons. Send the headhunters in and then hit the warden ability. Watch. The clears through everything. Headhunters kill the enemies in record time, and balloons go through unscathed. I reinforce with the balloons up here to cut off this half of the base, so I don't have to deal with it. And then the balloons just move through and then nice path through the base. Very, very fluid attack when done properly. This scatter shot gives me a bit of problem because I was a bit slow with the freeze spell, but it all worked out in the end. It wasn't as overkill as you'd expect for a base this low, but it was a pretty solid hit and showcased the fundamentals of the attack fairly well. Swag Super Wall Breaker. Alright, we are back at round 4. Round 2 was a Zap Hog attack, which is not the focus of this video, so I'm not going to show it. Round 3 was a Zap Lalo on an internet base, but the execution was pretty fucking bad, so I'm not going to show it. Let's look at what we got for round 4. Oh yeah, this base. So first things first, tons of value in the core for me to zap. You got the Clan Castle, Eagle, Air Sweeper, and 2 Expos. Hit all that, no brainer. And then, here's a little base building tip. The Town Hall in the Giga Inferno is the most important, Town Hall 13 at least, is the singular most important building and defense in the entire game, in my opinion. Yet, it is a storage, which means it can get targeted by sneaky goblins. So, this person foolishly left it exposed on the outside. I was able to just snipe off the storage and then just take out the town hall basically for free, which is like 25 troop space, no spells, no nothing needed. Makes the rest of the attack a lot easier, and gave me tons of options of what I could do with my heroes. I decided to just put my queen up here and let her get this let her put her right here. Let her get this air defense, cannon, wizard tower, warden, all that shit. And I let my king just sui himself into the royal champion, get picked off by the infernal, and then I use my royal champion to try and get this section with the scatter shot, expo, wizard tower, mainly the scatter shot because they fuck up loons pretty badly. And then the plan was this area is gone, this area is gone, this area is gone. So you got this nice little L shape again from up here, basically where I'm tapping, all the way through here. A very, very easy Laloon, especially because you don't need to fight through sweepers, because this one got zapped, this one got shielded. So this was definitely a 3-hound attack. Just target the Inferno, target the Archer Tower, Hound. As they get closer, Hound here, Hounds on the cannon. Let them get through that. Send Headhunters when it's time, because we still got to kill the enemy Archer Queen, and then Warden through them. Another Hound up here, more loons and a slammer, cuts off this side, reinforces loons up here, and then they all just naturally very easy flight through here. Very uneventful, well not uneventful, but pretty easy base for a beginner if you know what you're doing. So with that, let's get right into the replay. Yeah, 10 sneaky goblins, it's a lot, but it's well worth it. Zap the core, boom. Five buildings down, all which have priority. That's tons of value. And you see little goblins here. Use one goblin to test for a NATO or other traps, because that would just be the end of the raid if you send all your goblins and they just get fucked by a trap. Take the town hall, send a Q to clear horse section. Go up here, if I ever do it. BK, get the champ, easy. And then here it doesn't quite fully go to plan. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I send my champ and I just spam her ability immediately, which might not have been the best move, but hindsight's whatever. I notice she's dying, so I freeze a scatter shot, and boom, I don't get the scatter shot with my champ. So I gotta figure out, okay, how the hell am I gonna get this value? But when you're using Laloon in general, it doesn't have to be a Town Hall 13, it doesn't have to be with zaps. When you're using a stone slammer, a good place to put the slammer is always when it's not immediately going to get hit by air defenses. So I just use a slammer to take the scatter shocks. I know it won't do it very hard, and then just start the Lalo the rest of the way I planned. Get clean. I forgot to mention it before both the last two attacks, but you always want to bring like around at least 10 minions or so. Deploy them behind your loons, because time fails are a very real possibility with this attack. Especially with me. I have an account literally named after time fails, but always get your minions down early so you don't time fail. And it's just pretty simple shit. Use your haste to get into the high priority defenses. Freeze scatters, except I didn't need to because it was targeted on the Hound. Watch reinforcing the balloons again to where they cut off these outside defenses to where these balloons will stay on the inside of the base in their pack. This was one of my better attacks, much better than the last one. I mean, it was a shitty base, but still. So yeah, they're just balloon parade through everything. Not really much else happens. Easy 3-star. Minions are cleaning through everything nicely with the pups. And that's a wrap. Alright, now to round 5. Finally attacked one of the top bases. I know, I'm a scrub for picking on the lower bases. Boo-hoo. I wanted to get triples. This base. This is a slightly more difficult base than the other two I attacked. In terms of, there's more other things that I had to do. So when you look at what the CC zap value is, there might not be anything that's extremely obvious, like an Eagle Artillery, a Scatter Shot, or an Inferno Tower right by it. But if you did not know, you can actually zap heroes. You can get the Archer Queen with 7 zaps, and the Royal Champion with 7 zaps if she's not within range of the defensive Warden Tower. So here, I used 2 zaps early to get this Air Sweeper because the AQ walks through, and the rest of the 5 here. So our enemy Archer Queen's down, Clan Castle's down, this Air Sweeper's down, and this Wizard Tower's down. But in this attack, I brought 8 zaps. To get to the Town Hall, this section would have caused a problem because both my heroes could have easily walked in here, and I needed a way to get rid of it. But usually you use your Royal Champion for that. But sending the Royal Champion in here was a very risky maneuver because A, single Inferno, B, the defending Royal Champ, both of those would fuck you up and you needed to invest at least 1 extra free spell, possibly 2. And 3, I don't remember if there was one in this base or not, because I did something to make it not matter, which you'll see in a second. But it is very common on a good Town Hall 13 base for single Inferno towers to always have ground skeleton traps nearby them. This is to prevent just sniping them with your Royal Champion easily. So what I did to get rid of this section was I brought an 8th zap. At the most recent Clash World Championship qualifiers streamed by Supercell at the end of August, the top 2 clans, Nisheng Dance and HT Family, showed the mainstream audience for the first time a new technique involving 1 lightning spell and 1 earthquake spell, where if you drop a lightning spell and an earthquake spell in a single on an Inferno Tower, and then just spam your Royal Champion ability, it will clear it in 1 hit and you won't have to deal with it. So I brought an 8th lightning spell to do that, and then I favored my earthquake to where it would get both the Clan Castle and this Inferno Tower. So I used the Royal Champion ability to get all that, and then I think I brought a couple of Headhunters to get the enemy Royal Champ. Then I funneled this section off with a couple Wizards and a couple Sneaky Goblins, easy funnel. Sent my heroes in through this channel to get the Town Hall, and then it's just Lalo like normally through here, 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 finishing in here. It's a very easy natural path in the space due to how many storages are in the center, because balloons only target defenses, so you don't have to worry about them. And then you just gotta time your reinforcements right to where they clear this area of defenses right as your balloons get around here to where they all go down to the scatter shot. Let's look into the replay. So yeah, as you can see, 8 zaps. I waited a little bit, if I recall, because I didn't want to rush the zaps, so we're just gonna, you gotta wait for the Archer Queen to get in the right spot. So just waited for her to get by the sweeper and the CC. Use the first zap up there early. 2 there, 1, 5. All that's down. Use the EQ. Get the funnel set up on this side, and then get the trash funneled over here, and then watch RC, spam ability, boom, all gone. Now it's a very easy path to the Town Hall. However, I did foolishly not account for one small thing where I got lucky on, but it probably would not have mattered in the grand scheme of things. The Royal Champion targets my BK, and he walks into this compartment. Or no, he didn't. Actually, yeah, no, yeah. Because all this shit's here. He goes up to here, but fortunately, he somehow comes back because Barbarian King AI is stupid, or just AI in this game in general. Archer Queen targets the Town Hall as expected. That's all good. I'm going to pause here so you can get a better visual look at what's left for the flight. Start here, start up here, go around through here, reinforce, go through here. I started with the Slammer here instead of the Lava Hound because there's no air defenses nearby, so the Lava Hound would just fly all the way across the map and leave the balloons behind. The Slammer wouldn't do that because it targets anything. So I used a test balloon, a test for air mines, tornado, other bullshit like that, and I just send the Slammer in. I did not account for this air sweeper, but it did not make much of a difference. So the Slammer clears all this easily. I get the balloon started early, and fortunately there's a Tesla farm right at the start. And then there's no enemy heroes to kill, so you don't have to worry about syncing the Warden ability with Headhunters. And then, I mean, This is over. This is, you can tell already. This is gonna be some serious, serious overkill. Like, mm, that warrant ability could have been better, but doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, I protected it from the scatter shot, but they were close to the scatter shot's dead zone because it can't really hit any targets right on top of it. But goddamn, look how many balloons are left. This was overkill if I've ever seen it. Not to brag, but that is a good Zap Lalo. Round 6. Which base do we hit? Oh yeah, this one. So I've actually hit this base before a couple months ago with Queen Charge Hogs, but I went with Zap Lalo because, one, I'm way better at Lalo than I am with the Queen Charge, and B, look at this glorious value. Scattershot, Expo, and the CC, sign me up. And then from there, it was an very simple Sui. Just wall break in, get the Town Hall, and then both heroes are right there, so it's not a very hard headhunter portion. So anyway, let's go more in depth. When I first saw this base, I immediately saw the two scatter shots next to each other, and I was thinking, is there any way I could zap them both? And I was considering going with the 5 zaps, just get both scatters in the expo, but then I would have had to deal with a possible lava hound when I was Sui in the town hall with my heroes. And fighting a lava hound with the archer queen on a Sui, that's a big no-no, because the lava hound will tie up your queen, your king will be on its own, the queen will just be fighting the hound. With this base, the town hall would be activated, just raining damage as you're struggling through the hound and the lava pups. So I was like, no, it's not worth it. So, move away, kitty. One of my cats is whining, but it's all good. So, zap the clan castle, expo, scattershot, cannon. Clear out this chunk of the base. Then funnel off here some sneaky goblins. Funnel off this section with the Yeti. Yeti clears the 2 dark barracks, and then Yeti mites will get the cannon. And then just wall break in, send king and queen straight to the town hall. They'll get this whole compartment. Queen will get this expo and the air sweeper, and then the enemy royal champion will step over, and my heroes will get that. I did not really have a specific plan of what I wanted to do with my royal champion here. I just used her where it felt right, and you'll see about that when I start the attack. So, reflection. All this area is done. So what's left in the base is roughly a straight line from here, here, and then up, ending on the eagle. So what I did was I sent lava hound, balloons, balloons, another lava hound, balloons, balloons, balloons. All that at the start, so all these base defenses die at roughly the same time, so they'll go in and target this inferno tower and not just ignore it. And then, as my balloons get closer, send the 3 headhunters, hit warden, another lava hound with maybe the slammer. Slammer might have been up here, but basically get all of this, my balloons, the balloons that are, oh, god damn it. So, the balloons that were in this portion don't go up and hit this air defense in the bomb tower. So warden through AQ, the other scatter shot, and the multi. And at this point, really the only threat left in the base is the eagle. So, very, very simple Lalo. Let's go into the attack. Very, very standard composition. Zap all that. 5 zaps to get the scatter and the expo, 2 to deal damage elsewhere, and then just quake it all. And then here, when I go to make the funnel, there's actually Teslas over here, which I didn't really, they would have thrown off my hero pathing and potentially caused him to walk away from the town hall. So I decided to, since I didn't have a plan for her, I used my RC to clear this Tesla, this cannon, and then anything else that might be over there to wreak havoc on my stuff. So, yeah, wall break, pull a tornado, great, don't have to deal with it later. Heroes go in, and then you're going to get the town hall. King takes damage early, hit his ability before he activates the town hall, so the Giga Inferno targets the barbarians and not my archer queen. And very good Sui. I throw a couple balloons just to pick off these outside defenses. Heroes pick up the enemy RC. It's Lalo time. Drop the balloons like I said, hit each defense. to where they funnel into the single IT. Now, my heroes just pick up the enemy Archer Queen randomly, so I didn't even need to bring headhunters. But the Hound and the Slammer get over there. My Queen just decides that she's gonna be a badass and get the scatter shot for me. So, pretty much, my balloons didn't have to do a whole lot. This is overkill. Yes, it's a lower leveled base, but if this is max, it still would have been pretty overkill. And then, yeah, just everything phases out from there. So for the fifth attack, we jump over to my main account, which is it's still in the middle of a Champs 2 CWL, because Superstars decided to fuck us over with a 32-hour spin. But it's all good. If we look at the clan league, I'm doing alright. I'm at 2 triples, which is not as much as I would have liked, but I've done a whole lot worse than that. So we go to round 5 for this, and just because of the higher league, it's going to be a lot tougher bases than the ones you've already seen. I hit number 14, where if we can scout the damn thing, here's what we're working with. Now, the first thing you may notice that's different than the other attacks I've done is a Town Hall is straight in the center, which, yes, I did not use my heroes just to get the Town Hall. I will go more into that later. But started, the clan castle was over here. I zapped the AD Inferno, CC, and this Archer Tower, and severely damaged this bomb tower at the 7 zaps, basically clearing this whole little thing of the base. And then up here, on this account I had wall breakers activated, not goblins. So I wanted to get the eagle and the enemy chant with my Sui. It's baby dragon on each side of funnel, and then because the defenses are right here and there's enough wall segments, I can just drop a wall breaker up here and it actually will target here. Normally with the open wall bases, the wall breaker just wouldn't target anything, but this one, fortunately, it did. So I just dropped both my heroes, maybe a headhunter, just got wizard tower, all 4 expos, RC, and the eagle. Pretty good value. And then I use my RC to get this AD, the mortar, and the scatter shot. So basically, this whole, up here, pretty much all of this is gone by this point. So I would have to Lalo in an L shape through here. But the town hall is still up. So what I did was, I had a blimp, a battle blimp. I had a few goblins, a couple minions, a dragon, and 5 sneaky goblins. When the blimp landed at the town hall, it took it out easily, no spells, that's done with. Normally with a goblin blimp, the standard composition is 5 sneaky goblins and 1 lava hound, but there is space around the town hall for there to be traps. Spring traps, small bombs, giant bombs if the blimp gets pulled over by something. Stuff that could just kill the first couple sneaky goblins and then boom, you have a 1-star. So I just played it safe and went with the dragon goblin blimp. And then this really standard lava balloon. Couple hound in here, target the scatter, maybe freeze it. And then as that's going down, another hound up here, balloons up here, balloons over here, headhunters, warden, and then just constantly reinforcing this area with balloons to keep my pack inside. And then as this area got down, I sent my 3rd hound up here with more balloons here, and then everything just flowed through naturally. This is clean hit, and it had to be, because this is a much more legit base than the others in the video. So without further ado, let's get right into the attack. Whenever you can, I recommend bringing 3 lava hounds instead of 2, because it provides so much more tanking. But you always want to have at least 22 balloons or so. So if you would have a significantly low amount of balloons, just go with 2 lava hounds. But generally 3 hounds is superior. So you zap all that, get that down, start the funnel. Simple funnel with baby dragons, really nothing nobody cannot do. And then send the super wall breaker in, boom. That's why I love super wall breakers. Regular wall breakers, you would have had to tank that. Super wall breakers, nope, just blows up. And then my heroes just handle this section really easily. I'm a bit late on the RC, which doesn't really matter. If anything, it's good because this Expo locked on the BK instead of her initially. So she clears all that. I think I panic and use a freeze. No, I don't. I just risked it. That paid off. Got this whole section down. You got the R shape here. L shape, Jesus. Balloons, hounds, warden. Time everything to where your stuff just works in transition. Send the headhunters and the blimp. Catch them all in the warden. Standard stuff. Oh yeah, my headhunters got sprung off by a spring trap. But somehow my Archer Queen is still alive. And I get lucky, and between her and the lava pups, the enemy Archer Queen goes down. Yeah, I forgot that happened. Well, it could have been bad. But anyway, balloons are just going through. Tesla farm pops up over here. Not Tesla farm, just a couple of Teslas. They throw off my pathing. It's what Teslas are designed to do. But it's nothing serious. There's only one AD left, and then like only a few minor point defenses left. And I still got a haste spell. This base is done. And with that, thank you for watching the video. I know there are some parts about the video that were kind of shitty in quality, but assuming I make more of these, which I probably will, they will get better over time. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.